I've said this before and I'll say it again. Staghorn algae sucks. It doesn't look good, it's slimy, and it really anchors to surfaces, which makes it impossible to remove. The only way to get rid of this is to just trim the infected leaves. Or you go down the chemical warfare route. Chemical warfare, let's go! We ain't going down that road. Oh. Seeing this type of algae in a dirted tank isn't the greatest sign. It indicates high ammonia levels or a nutrient imbalance. This could mean that the dirt is leaching some bad stuff, or there isn't enough nutrients in the substrate or the water column. And with less nutrients comes with difficulty of growing any plants, and if the plants are not growing any faster, or they're just unhealthy, this will lead to algae. Now, staghorn isn't the only type of algae in the tank. There's something in there that's even worse, in my opinion. String algae. Every time I see this algae, I just run in the opposite direction. There's so much tweaking and experimentation that's needed to get rid of the root cause of string algae. It's either too much light, not enough nitrates, or low CO2 levels. Basically, the tank's out of whack, and one way to help with that is to just add more plants. Normally, you want to plant the tank as heavy as you can. Like, 90% of the substrate should be covered in plants. But in my case, quite a few of those plants died, and only 60% or so is covered, so we gotta fill in some of those gaps. What I have here are a few plants that I grew immersed, just for situations like this. However, the only ones I'll be planting are Ludwigia Super Red and the addition of Creeping Jenny. And while I was actually adding these, I found something pretty interesting on the glass. You may think this is planaria, but nope. This here is something called a detritus worm. These are completely harmless unless they explode in large amounts of numbers. All they do is help break down food and fish waste. If you're curious on their differences, here's a simple picture depicting them. 5 days has passed, and the pothos is starting to get even weaker. For the polka dot plants, they are starting to lose some leaves in the back, but I think it's just due to low light reaching those leaves. This is where it gets kinda cool. For the guppies, they have grown even more and are starting to show off even more color. However, my boy's tail is still not getting any better, despite the H2O2 treatment. I'll still be doing the treatment to see if it gets any better. Yo, let's do an epic prank, bro. Ayo, bro, what you thinking? I'm thinking we cover this place with a whole bunch of white dots. You in? Heh, you bet I am, mate. Yeah, they're everywhere. As I've said in the past video, these eggs are actually Neurite snail eggs. The fun fact about these things is that they are only able to hatch in brackish water. So they're basically just gonna be stuck there until you remove them. And the best way to remove them is with a scraper. Now, there's something I didn't notice until now. The Cryptocorini flamingo has a runner. So now I have 2 of them, which is awesome as these guys are pretty hard to find in Canada. Although this is good news, there's still something else that's not great. There's a lack of foreground plants, and so I added even more dwarf hairgrass. Here you can also see the string algae taking over the substrate. Fortunately, the short-nosed algae shrimp and a mono shrimp are able to consume them. However, yellow ones cannot consume them. But I gotta tackle this algae one way or another, and one of the things I did is to reduce the lighting period from 8 hours to 7 hours a day. Yeah, but wait, it's just an hour, right? Well, an hour can actually go pretty long ways. So hopefully this will make some sort of dent despite it just being an hour. However, there is another issue I gotta fix again. Yeah, as I mentioned in a past video, the Cebu Blue Pothos isn't doing so well. So once again I got some advice from Dr. Greenthumb's Plant Emporium to cut off some of the leaves and submerge more of the stem into the water for it to grow more roots out of. I do believe this boy will make quite a comeback in the future. And now this leads up to the second last day of February. As you can see, there are quite a bit of string algae buildup. Not only that, the myrophilium is starting to take some damage. On the flip side, the Hygrophila polysperma is by far the best growing plant in the aquarium, which is great as fast growing plants really helps with any algae issues. After some trimming, I went to test the water, and the results were very shocking. Nah, I'm just kidding. Ammonia looks to be at either 0 or 0.25 ppm. It's kinda hard to read going off of the video. Nitrite is at a perfect 0 ppm, and nitrate is at 5 ppm. Anything above 0 ppm for ammonia and nitrite isn't the greatest for livestock, while nitrate on the other hand is perfectly safe as long as it doesn't go over 40 ppm. And that concludes the month of February. Yeah, I know, this was a short one with not much going on, but that's how this hobby is sometimes. Beauty takes time to grow, you know? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep on scaping.